I don't feel comfortable talking about this. It's so hard.
What's hard about it?
It's hard about it. I don't know. It's. I'm just used to being very private, and I'm used to not having to explain myself and explain kind of the composition, why it's laid out a certain way. I'm shy. Wait, does this look good?
Home is an art project that I started in 2024 because I really wanted to find a way to show love through the lens of a South Asian woman during the course of her interracial relationship. I feel that this kind of love carries many hidden nuances, but sometimes those nuances aren't always exposed or talked about. It can bear a lot of beauty, intimacy, and even resilience, but I do feel there can also be undercurrents of tension, and in some cases, the best way I can describe it as is a quiet ache of knowing that this type of love isn't always going to be accepted. From my experience, the South Asian community tend to sweep this topic under the rug, which can be very isolating and lonely for many.
Some milk. Put the kettle on.
Tell me about Lost and Found.
Lost and Found is the first painting from the whole series of Home. I deliberately intended to start this project on a positive, so I chose the theme joy, and essentially it's about two strangers coming together, feeling each other's touch. There's a lot of hidden meanings which I probably haven't really acknowledged myself or spoken about. It's funny I say all of this as well. I've just had a look at the corner. There's a cocoon painted on the door. You will see that cocoon open up in the rest of the paintings one by one. But I think maybe there was a part of me that wanted to make sure I had that element, because it's a true reflection of how I think and how I am as a person. Yeah.
Tell me about Introverted Tango.
It's the second painting from the Home series, and it got completed, I think, late spring, early summertime. And I would say out of the three I've already done, it was the hardest for me to complete. The idea I had in my head when I was brainstorming was, the theme is passion. I want it to be fiery. I want it to be sexual. I want it to be heated. And I concepted it, I drew it, I made a collage, I started painting it, and I would say halfway through painting it, something happened. I got really in my head, felt very shy suddenly. I had a very different scene to what is actually there. No one's actually seen it, but it was basically on the wall here, there was a shadow of two people in quite a promiscuous position, and I chickened out. I painted over the wall. I actually ended up releasing that painting not happy with the outcome, and so it didn't sit right with me that I would move on to the third painting. So then I paused on the third painting, revisited Introverted Tango, and came up with this. So now there's that touch of surrealism that is really present. You can see that the mirror scene is very different to the scene on the bed, and I hope I think I did in the end do what I wanted to do, and I was happy with the outcome. Good.
can you tell me about the composition of Comfort Blanket?
So the composition of Comfort Blanket actually came about through a bit of trial and error. I realised when I was brainstorming, I kind of had a misguided view of what comfort was. Like, the obvious was physical touch, safety, and I do feel I still have represented all of those things in Comfort Blanket, but I strayed away from the conventional idea of comfort, and I wanted it to be more about how comfort can feel even when that person's not there or physically close to you, and what kind of reliance you can have. Another key element of the painting for Comfort Blanket, which some people haven't really picked up on, is it features a black sheep, and the black sheep in the painting is a representation of the love that the two people have for each other, and how they often feel like outcasts, they often feel kind of isolated from the rest of society. So I wanted the black sheep to be a feeling of empowerment, not just kind of like the negative connotations that kind of come with the idea of what it means to be a black sheep. And that's why I deliberately chose him kind of sat there, he's happy, he's watching, he's part of the story, he's there, and he doesn't have to hide in the shadows. He's very much so present.
What was the biggest challenge in your whole project so far?
I think the biggest challenge for me so far has been working out of a really small space. So I basically paint out of my bedroom. I might just keep 2 of them in the box because I don't know where I'm going to store it. The canvases that I paint on are actually quite big. They're not massive, but for a bedroom, it does present its challenges, and I feel like I think if I had more space, it would allow me to be a bit more creative. So all my paintings are going to be painted on 60 by 48 inch canvases, which is it's quite big. I've painted on these sizes before, and I'm going to have to try and find a way to basically do this in my bedroom. I've already got 2 canvases in here, so in total I've got 3. And I think once I do 3 pieces, I'm going to have to find a way to move them outside of my room, outside of my bedroom, so I can have more space to do the rest of the series. So I think the other challenge, I'm a bit nervous as well, but that I'm still trying to overcome, and I think I'm doing okay at it, is being okay with being vulnerable, being okay with kind of doing something that's a bit out of the ordinary for myself anyway. I usually don't paint male figures in my paintings. I've been painting for about 13 years now, and majority of the time it's always shown a female, but this series is all about an interracial relationship, so it's often underrepresented, or it's often misunderstood. Sometimes people in the past, people in present day, still to this day feel quite silenced. So having to overcome that notion and understanding that barrier and kind of moving past it and presenting it in the form of art has been probably one of my challenges as well. This is actually the first time I've seen all of my paintings out like this, because usually they're like chucked under my bed.
So, what's coming next?
So I've just completed Comfort Blanket a few weeks ago. The next painting in the series is called Big World, Big Girl. It's going to be the only painting of the series that isn't going to be centred around love from the point of view of a man and woman. It's going to be centered around growth and self-love, and I'm really excited to do that one. I think it's going to... When did I start painting?
Yeah.
That looks, this composition here. Stay there. Stay there.
Don't cover your finger.
Wait, is that light gonna ruin it?
Don't cover the lens.
Oh.
Put down the painting or the. Put it down, Kiran.
No.
Otherwise you're going to drop it.
Look. No, that's too much. Look, yeah, look at my painting. Gaze at my painting. 1, 2, 3.